Welcome to Minutes That Matter. In this video, we will learn how to configure iSCSI target server. In the previous video, we have seen how to configure RAID volumes. So let's go to the server manager. Let's go to disk management. Before we do, we can see that we have only C drive. So in disk management, you can notice that we got disk 1, 2 and 3, each with 4 GB of disk space. So let's use all the 3 disks to create a RAID 5 volume. Let's add all the 3 disks. You can notice that we are going to have 8 GB of RAID 5 volume. Let's perform quick format. In a minute, you will be able to see the RAID 5 volume is ready to use. Okay, here it is. So the RAID volume is ready. Now you can see we got a new drive called E drive, which is basically RAID 5. If we go to the properties, we can see we got around 7.95 GB of RAID 5 volume. Okay, let's close the computer management window or disk management window. Now in the server manager, click on File and Storage Services. There you can see iSCSI. Now when you click on iSCSI, it says to install iSCSI target server. So when we click on that, you can see directly it will take us to the roles where we can install iSCSI server. Now the installation will not take much time, so it will be very quick. Let's give close. Now in the same window, you can see now to create an iSCSI virtual disk, we have to click on the same link. Now let's give a disk name, say VD1. It will be saved as .vhdx. Now we have 7.92 GB available. Let's say we want to use all the available disk space, 7.92. By the way, please do not use fixed size. Use only dynamically expanding so that it won't consume the disk space instantly. Now, previously we did not create any target, so let's create one. Now let's call this as iSCSI VD. Let's select the initiators using IP address as one of the identifying method. We can also use MAC address, iSCSI qualified name, or also DNS name. For now, I chose IP address. Now, right now we are in a virtual network and it is not connected to any public network. Hence, I'm not using any authentication protocol. So let's click create and you can see it's ready. Now here you can notice that this virtual disk is not connected yet. That's the name of our target. That's the IQN, iSCSI qualified name of our target. Now the connection status or the target status is not connected. Now if at all you want to modify any settings or you want to see the IQN of the server, you can see it here. Or if you want to add one more initiator, then also you can do that. If you want to enable security, we can choose that. You can see the connection status live. Okay, so looks like it's not connected obviously. So let's go to the client side computer. Now we'll be using this Windows 10 client computer as our initiator. Now let's log in as a domain administrator. Okay, we are in. Now, to make this computer as a initiator, we need to start a service. But before we do, let's go to the computer management. So you can right click on this PC and click on management to open computer management. And then you can click on disk management. You see, we have a single disk, that is disk 0. And yes, we do also have a CD DVD ROM. Let's eject the disk. Okay, let's minimize that and start the iSCSI initiator service. So if you type iSCSI, you can see we have an app built in called iSCSI initiator. We need to start the service before we configure the initiator. Now here is the window wherein we need to mention the IP address or IQN or DNS name of the target. Now we know that our server's IP address is 192.168.10.1. Now let's give quick connect. There it is. We can see the discovered target and its IQN. Yes, it is connected. So we'll give close, and we can also go for volumes and devices and then click auto configure. Now click OK. If we go back to the computer management window or in the disk management window, notice we got a new disk visible and it has to be initialized. So let's initialize it using MBR. Now let's go create a new volume. We'll use the entire disk space to create a new volume. And let's say we'll call this volume as iSCSI VD and finish. There it is. That's actually our iSCSI virtual disk on a remote location. But on this client computer, it looks like a local disk. So we can keep our data here, and yes, it is very much secure because on the iSCSI target server, it is located on a RAID 5 volume. So that was an easy lab. I'm pretty sure you have learned how to configure an iSCSI server and an iSCSI initiator, or we can say iSCSI target server and then iSCSI initiator. Now you can see the status is connected. I hope this video was informative. Thank you for watching.